Hi, I'm Eugene, and today I will show you how to increase the quality of your time lapses that you shoot on your smartphones and to step up from this to this. This method of shooting time lapses will be applicable to both Android and iOS users. But first, let's talk about the differences and limitations that both Android and iOS devices have with respect to their native camera applications when you want to shoot time lapses. Both Androids and iPhones in their native camera applications have a resolution limitation of 1080p when you shoot time lapses. So you're not able to shoot 4K with your native applications on either of the platform. In addition to that, I will show you in particular examples the differences in video quality that Androids and iPhones have with their native applications when it comes to shooting time lapses. It is quite strange, but on YouTube, when you search for camera comparisons between iPhones and Androids, you will rarely find the comparisons of their time-lapse capabilities. And today we will see that those may differ significantly. When it comes to an Android device, and in my case it's a Galaxy S20, when you open your native camera application and navigate to hyperlapse mode, you are presented with a set of features that you can choose with. In my case with this Samsung device, you can choose the speed of your time-lapse from automatic up to 60x. However, you cannot choose the lens, and you are presented with only one option to choose from, your main lens. Technically, you can, however, activate the super steady regime, which will then switch to the ultra-wide lens, even though with some portion of crop. On an iOS device, and in my case, I have an 11-inch iPad Pro 2020 second generation, you are presented with a simple UI which allows you to switch between the lenses, but apart from that, you have no control over the speed of your time-lapse, as you are presented only with the automatic option. In this comparison, you can see what video quality you can expect from your native applications on Galaxy devices and iPhones. And as you can see from the perspective of dynamic range, HDR, and overall picture quality, the iOS devices have an advantage when it comes to the native camera applications. When it comes to Android platform, my software of choice here is the app called Intervalometer, which you can find on Google Play and any similar platforms. It allows you to create and run a sort of a script that will be executed on top of your existing native camera application and will allow you to automate the process of taking the sequence of stills. It's not free, it's a paid application, but it is rather cheap. And for the purpose of disclaimer, I'm not sponsored by the creators of any application that you can see in this video. These are just the tools and apps that I find convenient for this purpose. When you install the intervalometer, you will need to open it together with your native camera application. In your native camera application, the intervalometer's interface will appear as an overlay. There, you will find the several figures that you can adjust. First is the timer, which allows you to set the specific time period before the intervalometer kicks in. Second position is the number of the desired photos. Say, for example, that we want 300 pictures to be taken in this session. And the third parameter is the interval between each individual photo. Let's say we want 3 seconds between them. Once all these parameters are set, tap on the red circle button and manually drag it and place on top of the camera's shutter button. Now that everything is set for your time-lapse, tap on the start button and the program will launch. Once you've finished capturing the photos, you will need to then transform the sequence of stills into a video. And for this purpose, you will likely need the third-party application that can do that. It can be done either on your smartphone directly or on a separate machine where your preferred video editing software is installed. In my case, I will be transferring the photos from my smartphone to the iPad and editing on the iPad using LumaFusion. In my case, it will be LumaFusion, but you can use any software you want. Once we've transferred the photos onto the iPad, it is then stored in a specific folder that I previously created, and we are opening LumaFusion. In this application, I want to create a new project, time-lapses from pictures, set my preferences. I want my frame rate to be 30 FPS, orientation, landscape, color space, standard 709, then clip defaults. In this part of the project settings, I'm going to adjust the clip defaults and set the duration of photos to the minimum figure possible. This timeline is measured in seconds, and we need the smallest figure possible, which is 1/100th of a second. Once we've done with this, we can close the settings and start importing our pictures. Here we can see all our pictures in one folder, select everything and import that to the timeline. Everything that we need to do from this moment is to render the video. We go to export settings. I want to save to my camera roll. Choose resolution 4K. Frame rate stays the same, 30 FPS. Video quality, I want it to be standard, 15 megabits per second. Video codec will be HEVC, and that's it. We can start our render. Once it is finished, we can navigate to the camera roll and find our video there. With iOS devices, the situation is a bit different. Apple does not allow any third-party apps to have an access to the native camera application. Thus, you won't find any standalone intervalometer application in an app store. That being said, in an app store, you will find a multitude of third-party camera applications that have intervalometer built in. You can use any application that you prefer, like ProCam 8, Moment Camera, etc. Just check in the description that it has intervalometer functionality. In my case, I will be using Moment app, and within the Moment application, you'll find out that you can buy time-lapse feature as additional functionality. If you buy it, inside you will find the intervalometer. Just like on Android, this built-in intervalometer allows you to manipulate with an interval from 0.4 seconds up to 61 seconds, which is quite good. Say, for example, that we again want to have 3 seconds interval. Then on the Frames tab, you can choose the number of pictures that you want to take. We again want the same 300 pictures. Then we want 4K resolution, format, JPEG or TIFF. I prefer TIFF. And again, we can choose the different lenses. We want the main lens. Once you've set that, you can start taking pictures. Once you've done with that, the app itself will prompt you to the export page, where you can, in the app itself, stitch these stills together and create a video. It will allow you to choose the resolution, the codec, the bitrate of choice, and the frame rates. Once you've set that, click export, and when it is finished, you will find your video in your camera roll. So this is a quite simple and straightforward way to increase the quality of your time lapses, if that's what you want. Now, have fun with that. Bye.